Hey y'all, it's Necey Dixon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, y'all, welcome back, welcome back. Today I'm super excited to talk to y'all because this is gonna be a call-in. This is going to be a call-in. Excuse me, y'all. My allergies are tripping a little bit. I'm still feeling healthy though, so ain't nothing to worry about just yet. But y'all, I'm super excited to talk to y'all. Even more so, y'all, I have to say it's kind of bittersweet because I really did enjoy talking about Porsha for episode after episode after episode because she just made it so easy to talk about clown stuff. She made it so easy, and we definitely got to see her in a different light than we saw her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And everything that she told us in the final confessional, everything she told us in the final confessional, well, this is why you should just focus on building your family with your significant other and then add other people. No. Didn't we just discuss that, y'all? Didn't I just talk to y'all? I said this on like episode 2 or 3 review. I just said that. Porsha, it did not take you 7 episodes to realize that it was best for you to focus on your family with Simon versus trying to put your assistants, your cousin, friend, your second twice removed cousin, versus you putting all these randoms on the show. You knew that. But it definitely was entertaining. Let me go ahead and say what's up to y'all in the chat. I appreciate y'all being here and on time. Because y'all ever notice, of course, the ones who like come in early, we come in strong. That's why I always be like at the beginning of the video, we friends. Because I really be talking to y'all. This is where I be giving y'all the 5-minute or less life updates. And then it don't be until we like 45 minutes or an hour into the video that, we get other people showing up. So I'm telling y'all, one day I'm gonna make this a subscribers only subscribers only chat, but we still growing over here. We still got goals to hit, y'all. We are working on our way to 10,000 of us. Hashtag Necey Hive. Okay. So what I did before I say hey, like I told y'all, this is a call-in. I posted the link for my members to call in first. And then I'm going to post the link for the rest of my subscribers to feel free to go ahead and call in. And I think it's going to be fun. This episode was giving what it always gives, but it's going to be even more fun once we add the commentary in there. So, hey, Fav, hey, Kenya, hey, Alicia, she always early. Miss Shadell, hey, Trixie, Yolanda, Sierra, Sam J, she got her clown emoji already. Sam, I love that you use your members only perk, Sam, and you really be using that hashtag girl bye emoji because I forget that I even have it sometimes. And when I hear you say girl bye, I'm like, yes, girl bye. Hey, J Dub, Berta, Alf, yes, I can't wait for all y'all to call in. I'm gonna post the link in the comments. So for the members, did I post it on my members? I think I might have posted to my public page. Honestly, I think I might have went ahead and posted a link to my public community wall. Let me check real quick because I actually might have forgotten. Because you got to hit like a little thing before you send it out, and I don't know if I flipped it to members. So let me see. Nope. The link is up. The link is on my community wall. So let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and put it in the chat. Okay. So I think let me talk for like a couple minutes. I'm going to talk high level about the episode and then we can engage and talk to each other. Kenya, I hope you're feeling better. But yeah, y'all go ahead and do me a favor and like the video. Tali says, I don't care what nobody says, it was entertaining. Facts. It absolutely was. Sierra, this show really showed us how full of crap Porsha is. Yes, and that's exactly why in the final episode, in her confessional, Porsha was like, you get this. Porsha's family matters. No, Porsha's family mess. And you knew that. You already knew that. So I'm just like, girl, it didn't take you 8 episodes to figure out what you were doing was not working. I already see y'all popping up, so I'm glad to see y'all calling in. So let's go ahead and get started with this review. And I think once we get to the milestone moments, that's when I'm gonna open up the line, okay? All right. So do me a favor. Do me a favor before we get into it real quick, because I don't know when else I'm gonna be able to go for a break and tell y'all to like the video. Like the video. All right, y'all. So this episode starts out with Porsha, and she's at the front door with Dennis. Keep in mind, y'all, this is 2 weeks after Porsha put them paws on him. Porsha was out there literally looking like scorned woman, literally looking like bitter baby mama. And I hate to say it, but I've been telling y'all her motive has been scorned woman this whole time. So now that it's 2 weeks later, and I don't know where Simon is, you are doing a child switcheroo arrangement with Dennis. He's at the house. Y'all both playing real fake. Porsha says, do you want to come in and talk for a second? You know, talking in her little soft voice. And Dennis is looking at her with them eyes. Can I? She said, you act like you're going to freeze to dust or something, or turn to dust if you walk in this house. He said, I might. But he said, you know what? I got something to go do. So well, let's talk another day. So y'all, baby PJ is getting her tonsils removed, so they're going to the hospital the next day. But what was funny, shout out to one of my followers on Twitter. I forgot who it was. She always mentions me in tweets, but she pointed out how Porsha was low-key reaching for a kiss whenever Dennis got ready to give PJ a kiss. And I was like, she absolutely did. I rewound that back. I was like, hold on. She said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay. So we go from there. Then we see Aunt Liz and Lauren, y'all. Aunt Liz and Lauren are having conversations. This was the Aunt Liz episode. 100% the Aunt Liz episode. Aunt Liz is talking to Lauren. She's telling Lauren, don't feel bad. Don't feel like the trip was a fail. I'm proud of you. You changed people's lives. Where? What your sister did to you, Lauren, was she set you up. That was bad for business. If you thought that you was going to set up some type of spiritual cleansing business, your sister set you up, and that was a fail. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Aunt Liz also tells Lauren that she has every intention on speaking to Dennis and giving him a strong black man, black father type of conversation, which is cool. But I feel like Dennis is already doing what he needs to do in order to make this co-parenting relationship work. The only reason why it's not working is because, like I told y'all, I don't believe Porsha's intent is to, I don't think her genuine intent or her first intent is to successfully co-parent. I think that's an afterthought. Her priority is to make sure that Dennis is feeling bad. And I think that's what she's doing. So that's why it's not working. So PJ goes to the hospital, no cameras are around. They're there for 2 days. And Porsha claims that Dennis apologized for Mexico. I'm like, did he? I don't know, y'all. Porsha didn't apologize for anything. Then we see Aunt Liz and Dennis speaking. I'm going to answer the phone once we start talking about Porsha and Londi, because I really want to see what y'all's thoughts are on Porsha and Londi. So Aunt Liz and Dennis, she explains to Dennis that he is not to blame for the situation and what happened in Mexico. She says what she saw was him trying to get out of a situation that he couldn't get out of. And I'm super glad that Aunt Liz documented that on camera, because had she not, everybody that was on Porsha's payroll will be playing in our faces, trying to make it seem like Dennis was actually out there trying to attack women. So thank you, Aunt Liz, for documenting exactly what was really going on. But she invited him to meet the real Hosea Williams family. And what she basically trying to say is, we don't them people on those side of the tracks, okay? And y'all know what it is. Everybody has a family like this for the most part, or a lot of people do. I feel like you can never have one real polished side of the family and another real polished side of the family. But what you always can promise is either one side is going to be from the side of the tracks or both sides, okay? And Porsha's in a situation to where, y'all, she really got on Atlanta based off of the classiness of the Hosea Williams family. So that'll be interesting for us to talk about. I'm gonna open up the lines for us to talk about Porsha and Londi. Okay, I thought you wasn't with the shits, Londi, but you acting like you with the shits. What's going on? So I see Nola Reed's on the line first. Hey. Oh, hold on. I can't hear you. Is it me or is it you?
It was me, girl. I still had my mic on mute, ready to run my mouth. First, let me say I love you guys. I can't wait for the Ooh Ladies first panel. I hope J Lee is better,
Yes.
because that's more important first. But
Mm-hmm.
listen, I've been Team Lindy this whole time till this dinner.
Mm-hmm.
She really pissed me off on this dinner. I was ready for her to come with the same energy she was coming with when she was talking to everybody else and when she was talking in them confessionals. Then all of a sudden, I want to apologize to you for the robe, girl. When she opened that purse and had that robe, I was like, I know y'all
I have
behind
something for
all of
you.
this.
She
Y'all
heard
done
that
jumped this
before.
man and beat this man up, and this man still ain't got his robe. That should have been his consolation prize for getting jumped and having Aunt Darlene and her feet around his back and on his ankles. Okay, get that man his robe. That's number one. Then
Yeah.
Porsha pissed me off when she hollered about, oh, I don't want that robe. Simon say give him his stuff back. So if Simon wouldn't have told you that, you'd have gladly took that robe on that camera from Lindy. Shut the hell up and stop playing in my face and with my shape, because gravity done played with my shape enough. Okay. Then with Lindy coming talking about, I'm sorry, like, how? Well, I would not apologize to you for being away at school doing what I'm supposed to do to make my life better. Cause you got
Right.
yourself in a situation with a beard. Cause can't nobody tell me Porsche ain't heard the rumors about Cordelia. You knew you were signing up to be a beard, but that plays into your wanting to be a victim when you get out of situations. Okay, that's what that
Exactly.
played into. So stop playing
Mm-hmm.
with me, Porsche. Then you get off camera, but you still mic'd up and you hollering about, I'm sick of my effing family and people saying they're not spending time with me, yo, and this. If everybody in your family saying that, Portia, it ain't them, baby, it's you. It's time to
Right.
look within. Like, I really want to know, was Mama Diane playing the old school Betty Wright, clean up woman and all that on Saturday mornings, and when she was riding and listening to Lil Luther, whether it was Lil Luther, Big Luther, because
Mm-mm.
you don't have none of them values.
No.
You
Mm-mm.
you ain't picked up none of that hurt women and what we do to get over it, like a lot of us do from the old school music. And
Right.
then she gonna come back on camera. I'm your big cousin, and I love. And Londi just falling for it, talking
Yep.
about, oh well, we gonna sweep it under the rug, and I should have left it under the rug. That very much gave everything that you said you wasn't, which was Portia's paid on her payroll and
Yep.
people kissing her ass to
Yep.
do her payroll. When to me, I'd have been like, you know what, Portia, we gonna keep it cute, we gonna keep it mute, and you gonna be my fume cousin. And what I mean by fume cousin is when somebody die, I see you at the funeral and we give a little quick 1-2, hey, how you doing at the repast, and we gonna keep it moving. Because she
Right.
takes no accountability. And Londi, at that point, I was so disappointed in her because you became one of those people who never hold her feet to the fire. When I was expecting, when I saw the preview of them having a conversation, that's what I was expecting, because that's the energy you gave up until this point. And
Exactly.
for her to not do that, I was very much disappointed. I was very much let down. Like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
this was a fail. This was a fail. This was your time to show that you was on that William side and not Dirty Diana side, like Aunt Liz
Her
be
mama didn't
saying.
do it either though. Aunt Liz, she let me down whenever she let Simon try to check her. And I was like, 2 for 2 this episode.
I
Lonnie
think
and her mama.
I think Aunt Liz, for me, I think Aunt Liz kept it cute because of who she was and the event that they were at. I think had he
Mm-hmm.
told her that at Porsche house at a barbecue, we might have would have saw a whole different side of Aunt Liz. But Aunt Liz was gonna keep it cute for the crowd they were at, because we have to remember, not everybody who was there was taping for Portia's family event. Some people probably were there that we probably didn't see on camera for the actual event.
Real
But
life
yeah, I was
support.
mad. I was hollering for immigration to come pick up Simon because he had the audacity to come at Aunt Liz like that. Like, that's not your place. If you feel some type of way about anything, if Aunt Liz didn't do it to you directly, my rule of thumb is I don't get into people family business and we date. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
Because
you
they
and your
just
family
say,
gonna still be family, and then me and you'll still be together. And they come around looking at me like, "Why is she?" Like, that wasn't your place. And
mm-mm.
then for Simon, did you see that bogus post he posted on Instagram afterwards talking about Aunt Liz was
Oh,
his favorite relative in the family, and he didn't mean no disrespect in his culture? It's like, Baby, that was very disrespectful because it wasn't your place. It cost nothing to stay in your place, mind your business, and stay in your lane.
He's trying to be Porsha's mouthpiece. And this is why I feel like it's going to be a dangerous situation for Porsha, because he's doing exactly what she requires of everybody else, which is to stand in line, be on payroll, because he's a motherfucking city boy, like I've been saying. And as long as he pays his position, he going to be around. But it's dangerous because what he has the ability to do is silo her out from everybody who cause any sort of friction in what she wants. And she'll be feeling so powerful, like, oh, I got a man, I'm an African princess, this is what I've been wanting, I don't need none of y'all. And then she gonna end up being on her own little island until she find out that his money ain't real. It's monopoly money.
Listen, we're seeing him do to her, which is isolate her, the same we're seeing him do to her what Fallon said she did to him. So I'm inclined to believe what Fallon said as far as isolating her and keeping her away from everybody is key. And then it's the last point I want to make. Porsha with that trying to make Dennis Uncle Daddy. That was some foolishness. That was some foolishness. And you cannot replace Dennis. I don't care if she with Simon, Tom, Jimmy, or Tyrone that Erica told her man to call, okay? Dennis gonna still be that baby's father, period. Right. That's the end of that. And you bringing Simon around your daughter, but I want to know why Simon oldest daughter don't fuck with him. Right? I'm not saying I'm not putting him out there, he was abused or whatever. But what in his parenting skills stopped his daughter for wanting to fool with him? Because if your children don't want to fool with you, I can't fool with you. And all them pictures they post, them kids don't never look happy. No. And it really killed me when Porsha said her family is her, Simon, and Pilar. I got the mindset that you're not including Dennis and Gina, but at the point of you talking about blending families, which this was supposed to be about, it should have been my family is me, Simon, and our kids. Our kids meaning my kid and Simon's other children. She conveniently left them out.
And the ones he moved out the house and packed the movers to sing with Fallon.
Oh, okay. Because why y'all wasn't at the birthday party with that makeshift party? I seen your little videos, Porsha. And Pilar ain't look like she knew none of them kids.
No.
She was looking like what's going on and trying to blow out the candles.
I felt like she was using, I don't have the pictures, but I know you know what pictures I'm talking about when they was at main event or whatever. She was using it as like a photo opportunity. Had Simon's older kid hugging Pilar, and Pilar is happy about it, but she don't understand the situation.
That baby don't understand what's going on. That baby don't understand what's going on. That baby don't understand what's going on, just like she didn't understand what that nasty ass oatmeal and eggs Porsha tried to serve her, and she walked off on the phone with him like, your baby just had tonsil surgery. Feed that baby. Make her a smoothie. Make her something. Don't just give her something and walk off. And you're talking about Dennis is trying to make you look like a bad mama. Honey, you making yourself look like a bad mama.
Easily.
You made yourself look like a bad mama coming out to the world, telling the people world you knew this man for 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, y'all was engaged and you got him around your daughter. But that's your fiance, but he ain't got a kid in your house. He got to ring the doorbell.
Fiance for now.
You post them pictures now about y'all new house, but everything in your pictures in the background is your old house that you gave to Mama Diane. Make it make sense. Because y'all like stunting. So why you not stunting on a new house? I'm waiting to see pictures by the pool. It was a nice house. It's a beautiful house. I'm waiting to see pictures by the pool and everything else. We ain't got none yet.
Right.
If Jalen had not called out Simon about missing that baby birthday party, I guarantee I would put my head on the chopping block. We wouldn't have had no main event photos. We would have keep getting jailhouse tattoo photos.
Jailhouse tattoo. That's so serious.
That tattoo was not given. I'm a millionaire. It wasn't even giving them 100 there. But that's my opinion. But Londi, I'm disappointed in her because I've been riding for her the whole time, and her energy was not kept the same. Like you can say what you gotta say when Porsha not around. You can say what you gotta say in your confessional, like it's not gonna play on the TV.
Right.
Say what you gotta say when you're in her face, because Porsha couldn't have been my cousin. Because I'd have told her, girl, I'd have pulled the Phaedra Parks, go away from me with this. I don't give a damn about your tears or your temper tantrum. I said it, and that's what it is.
Right.
And she knew Porsha was lying to her when she said about Dennis being that Dennis said she told her to fire her. Because at the end of the day, we know when Porsha lying. Every time she, what?
Yeah.
Case
Who
in
said
point,
that?
who said that? Look, you pulled it right out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, who said that? So ain't nobody got time for Porsha with that foolishness. And then you want to talk about your family respecting you and loving you, but you fired your cousin over a Chanel bag.
Right.
Like, if your cousin was working for you, she had no other job. This is how she pay her bills. Like, I don't recall Lindy saying she had kids or nothing. You
And
know
then
what I'm
you
saying?
advocated for her to get
But she
fired.
still have bills. You didn't even give her a 2 weeks notice. You didn't give her a proper, like, at the end of the day, if that's your family and you're so big on family, child, I'd have gave my cousin, I'd have deducted my bag out of her salary. Like, you can replace my bag. But I
Exactly.
wouldn't have fired my cousin because that's my cousin. So Porsha handles her family wrong, and she handles her family under the I'm Porsha, I'm big, I'm the star, and that's how y'all treat me. Not like family, but she wants her family to handle her with kid gloves and gives her grace.
Right.
And
Her
Lindy, you was supposed
relationship.
to put on some boxing gloves and do a little Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather combination and knock her the fuck 5 steps off of her pedestal. And that's my opinion on that.
I appreciate you, Nala Reeds. I really do. We're gonna have to
Thank
do
you.
this a little bit more often.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All
All
right.
right.
I'll see you in the chat. All right. Nola really just had me thinking about how Portia's relationships are super transactional. I'm gonna bring J Dubs on next. But Portia's relationships are hella transactional. So much so that as long as you play the imaginary role in her life, it don't matter. And that's exactly why Londi said to her, I should have just swept it under the rug because you wasn't gonna get the truth from that. Dennis already told us in the beginning of the episode that Porsha never apologizes for anything. So I already knew the energy was off when Lonnie showed up to this sit down meet and greet or whatever. And she was just acting nervous. Old girl was shaking in her boots. When she was crying, her hands were shaking. I'm just like, Lonnie, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. What else do I want to talk about? I wanted to call out how Londi said that, you treat Storm differently than me. I felt like you were trying to stand up for her, but not really me. Porsha's response, I had to take note of this. Porsha's response was, well, Storm was sitting the closest to me at that time. What does physical proximity have to do with your ability to take up for people when you need to? No, it was the fact that Storm was being your mouthpiece and Londi wasn't. And like I said, the relationships are transactional. So now I'm gonna bring on J Dub. I see Kelsey's in the waiting room. Let me see. I hope y'all have that link to go ahead and call in. Let me see. I'm gonna repost that so we could get the queue going on. Yes, Londi was giving pick me vibes, and I hated it. I hated it.
Sorry.
Hey, J Dub.
Hey, Necey,
YouTube's number one commenter.
the number one commenter on YouTube.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I mean, this been a long time coming. I've been on your videos for a minute, and of course, I support you because you go way out your way to support me when it don't even benefit you. So I wouldn't say I'm going to do a Porsche segment. I'm gonna do like a flower segment. So I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you, and this is how it's been all the way from the beginning when I did my greats video, and I mentioned
Yeah,
you
I
because
appreciate that.
I tell everybody that you're the most well-rounded YouTuber on this situation. And I even applaud you, especially how you did that thing where you had a situation with Zodi and you brought it all the way back around and said, hey, you know what? I saw something different and I made a mistake. And you're willing to admit that. I guess you're not a part of the Williams family with Porsche. So you
Nope.
take accountability and all of that. So I just want to just thank you and applaud your great work, everything that you're doing. And I appreciate your support. You are a part of my success. I just hit 2K today. And, you know, I couldn't do it without
Congratulations.
all y'all. Thank you so much. So
Yeah, I saw your Ready to Love video went up. I was excited.
yeah, we definitely moving on some numbers. We doing big things in 6 months. Even though I'm a brand new baby YouTuber, so but I'm here.
Shoot, me too. The time is gonna pass by real quick.
Definitely, it's flying. It's flying. So, like I said, I'm gonna get out the way and not hold you. I always got something to say, but because I'm the number one commenter. But I
Yeah,
just
come
wanted to
on.
really, really thank you for just all your continued support throughout everything.
I really appreciate that.
All right.
You don't got nothing to say about Porsha?
Oh, I mean, where you want me to start? Or give me something, throw me something. What do you want?
I mean, we
What can I
talked
say?
about Londi. Porsha and Londi sit down.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really can't say any much thing different from the last comment there. Londi got all the smoke for Porsha when she off camera. When she get it, she turned into this little fragile college girl who's just looking out for Porsha now. And she said, I don't want to upset you and all that. And it's such a sad thing. I see it as like emotional abuse. Everybody in the Portia's life is, to me, is like an employee, and it has to
Right.
be a purpose serving Porsche. I was really surprised that Lauren, her sister, actually kind of stepped up, but she's always in a tough place. Being her sister, being a former employee, she normally doesn't say what she got to say on it, but she kind of stepping up. But Portia, she can't hear anything. She can't receive anything. You know, anytime she tells you, "Hey, I'm fixed," I don't need therapy. I'm good.
Delusional.
So yeah, she's absolutely delusional, and I really believe all of this is. This part I don't think is fake. It stemmed from the way she grew up and seeing relationships as a child, and it's still affecting her even at the age of 40, where she's talking about that threshold. Because believe it or not, when your children see how you co-parent or they see examples of what a healthy relationship is or is not, it affects them all the way until they get some help or healing from it. So I really believe that. So she's created this fantasy that she's going to do everything she can to not have this happen in her family, but she doesn't care about the methods of how she's doing it. She's engaged in December with Dennis, then she's engaged to Simon in February. How does that make sense? I mean, forget the optics. That just don't make sense. And not only that, then we get to the last part where now she's not even discussing moving PJ with Dennis and going to another school. Like that make sense. You're discussing putting PJ, relocating her, putting in a new school with your new fiance without consulting her father, who was actually involved in her life.
And then
We
wanted
can
to
never
get
get with that.
mad when he said joint custody. That's what was
Oh
crazy
yeah.
to me. He never sat there and threatened her one time. He never did. Porsha, what she tried to do was sit there and tell him how things was gonna go. She tried to be secretive about the location of where they were moving. He needs to know where his daughter's gonna be staying at. Then you're gonna tell him, oh, we just gonna put together a paper calendar of the holidays. Yeah, that's cute until you get mad and get ready to throw them paws on me. So I don't blame Dennis at all for suggesting that they do some sort of formal joint custody, being that he respects her as her mom and he's a responsible parent. That's his only child. So, yeah, she could go away with all that.
Well, that's definitely the right move. What if Portia could get up and say, "We moving to Africa," and she's taking the position like she has sole custody? That would be very problematic. So Dennis is doing the right thing, and he needs to set all that in place. Even if you got to pay child support, pay her child support, get the
Yep.
custody down, whatever you got to do. But you can't have her just moving like that and thinking it's okay, and then trying to call you out on it, acting like you're not involved. I mean, Dennis just spent 2 days at the hospital while they have tension. I mean, if that ain't co-parent at its finest, I don't know what is, because he was keeping PJ in mind and all of that. Because I don't know how he did that.
Right.
He got jumped by her family, and now he has to sit in the hospital with her and act like everything is okay, and even apologize to be the bigger person. So yeah.
Well, J-Dub, the people want to know where to find you. Everybody in the comments like J-Dub, J-Dub.
Oh, well, everybody, y'all can find me on my channel. It's J-Dub. I am YouTube's #1 commenter. And if you love to comment on the channel, my channel is definitely the spot to be, because that's where I live at. That's what I welcome. You may see me on other channels as well as Necey's, but on my channel, that's what we do. We just get in the comments, interact, we learn, and we just have some fun. So it's J-Dub.
All right. We appreciate you. Thank you, J-Dub.
All right. Thank you, Necey.
All right, bye. All right, y'all. What's next? Let me move on, and then I'm gonna let Kelsey get on the line, and then I see Gigi waiting. All right. So Anything else about Londi? If I'm missing something, y'all go back to that. I might have to do what Jamie be doing. Jamie, she do the conversational thing, and then she does her review later on. So that's probably what I'm gonna have to do so I can get all my thoughts out. Because I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and y'all, I'm like, yeah, y'all talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Okay. So I'm gonna move on. Porsha ends up pretty much bullshitting her way through that situation, and Londi allows her to because she knows that you're not gonna get the solution that you thought you was gonna get. Just like Porsha show, I ain't giving what she thought it was gonna give at all because you're dealing with somebody that's delusional, right? So anyway, Porsha talking to her mama, she claims Dennis apologized for something in Mexico, which I'm sure he probably apologized for something, but I know damn well he didn't take full responsibility for that jumping that you and your hoodlum cousins did. Okay. And y'all don't be sensitive about that hoodlum word, but that was some shit. And that's what it was. Okay. So anyway, Dennis and Aunt Liz has a conversation. Aunt Liz is bigging him up. And Dennis says that him and Porsha still want the best for each other. So I think he's feeling a little bit more optimistic about the relationship because him and Porsha have stayed in the hospital together for 2 days. But what I do want to know is, how did you sit in the hospital with Porsha for all that time and potentially not talk about the elephant in the room, which is this fake fiance, aka City Boy Simon, which is the fact that she still wants you, which is the fact that she's still acting the ass because you're not being receptive to her antics. That's exactly what it was. So Porsha, she has a Nigerian chef come to the house to fake teach her how to be a Nigerian housewife. Since she didn't quit all her damn jobs. And Simon shows up to let her know that he is now divorced. Yeah, whatever. Then the Hosea event, Porsha can't come, right? Porsha takes the time out of her day, out of her emergency, because what she ended up telling Aunt Liz was that little PJ was not eating, so she had to take PJ to the hospital. So in the midst of an emergency, she decides to record herself. Oh, PJ's not eating. I'm sorry, I can't make it. Have a great event. Girl, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I would have taken myself to the hospital. I would have texted you once I got settled at the hospital, and you would have just been wondering what was going on. Ain't nobody taking time out of their day to send videos of themselves in the midst of an emergency. So I'm just like, girl, something about that just didn't seem right. Aunt Liz seemed a little bit sad about it. Londi seemed a little bit sad about it. But how else did y'all think they were going to act if the camera was going to be around? Y'all know when Londi and Aunt Liz went home, they was like, Porsha, a motherfucking lie. She's a lie. She's a motherfucking lie. So something just didn't feel right to me. Lil PJ might have been sick. I mean, they showed her in the hospital, and I'm glad that she's okay. But just Porsha's ability to me, it just seemed weird. She still made it about herself. If your daughter was that sick, you still found a way to find it more important to explain why you weren't present somewhere. It was just weird to me. It was weird. I don't know. So yeah, Simon shows up to the event, and when he does, in his tight ass red shirt and them skinny jeans, boy, he built like a tornado. That boy built like T Grizzly. I don't know why he showed up in that outfit. But I guess he showed up on the behalf of Porsha. And that whole event to me really symbolized the importance of this whole show. And I'm saying that to be sarcastic. The importance of the show was for the family to be together and be on one accord. The only time we saw everybody fully involved was probably when they were at the waterfall and whenever they jumped Dennis. Other than that, the shit that really mattered, like your legacy, like your family, like giving back, wasn't nobody there for it besides the extras. When I say the extras, I mean the assistants, the people on your payroll, including Simon. So something about that just did not feel right. And the main characters of the show was not there. I don't even think Miss Diane was there. And then Darlene showed up in her damn, y'all, that's what I was trying to get a picture of, Aunt Darlene in that bodycon dress with the bucket hat and the wedge sneaker shoes. Y'all, that's what she means when she says their family ain't what they family is. They from the other side of the tracks. They ain't on this side of the tracks. Okay. So I'm gonna open up the line of Gigi. Hey girl.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yo, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So this honestly was probably the worst idea Portia could have done. Like, she literally shot herself in the foot. I think she just underestimated the amount of time that the focus was going to be on her. Because at least if you're on Real Housewives of Atlanta, everybody else has to be included in an episode. But now you have shift the focus to solely you, and now you are responsible for filling a whole episode with your life. So
Right.
now you got to talk more about all the shit you've been trying to hide. So you think viewers are not going to catch on to the lies, the fairy tales, and fallacies? I find it very ironic how this all started basically with you trying to explain you and Simon's life. And we got maybe one episode about you and Simon, like how y'all started, who started the messaging, like the dates. Like, we probably didn't even get maybe but 30 minutes iota of their life. So that, I just really found that ironic. But in regards to like the final episode, I think what was most telling for me was just the way that Porsha has the mere audacity to get offended when people don't fall into her bullshit. Like, you're mad that people don't want to go along with this like fairy tale la la land that you live in, and you're upset with them. You're mad at Londi because she's saying that, hey, we don't have a good relationship. Then you turn it to, well, you didn't want to hang out with me as much as I didn't want to hang out with you, and you weren't there for me with Cordell. She's like she said, I'm in college. And then first of all, a lot of people didn't know what you were dealing with Cordell until you got on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And I'm sure you didn't tell her about that at that time either. And then in the same breath, you just reminded me, Gigi, in the same breath, she says to her, well, you didn't want to be around me any more than I wanted to be around you. So it's fair. Y'all split even.
Right. And there was to try and sit there and compare your relationship with Stormy to Lundy, like they were two totally different planes. And then like your excuse for why you were cool, like defending Stormy, well, she was the one closest to me. Huh?
Right.
Like, that shit made no sense. Because she was in your vicinity. Oh, I'm just gonna defend her because she was sitting right next to me. Like, Porsha loves playing this ditzy role, and it's gotten her thus far with the men in her life. Like, she plays the cute little bubbly, big booty ditzy girl, and I'll cook for my man, and I want to do all this stuff. But really, bitch, you order an Uber Eats. We've seen you order how many times on this damn show, and you're just like constantly trying to pick up this facade. And I'm really starting to think like there's a lot more to her mom, Diane, that we're not really getting.
Say it again. I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to talk about her mom.
Right. It's just something about that story. I just think like, because for Porsha, that whole thing about, not, merging thresholds, like that really says a lot. Like, what was it where your mama and your daddy even couldn't even be, in the same room with this woman? Like, there's something your mama ain't telling, something in the milk ain't clean. And I think Porsha doesn't dig any further into that because she just doesn't want to know the truth. Like, you want to be able to live in this idea of like your mom's just like fabulous person and she looks good and that's where you get it from. So it's kind of like, I guess you get it true from the DNA. Like, Porsha is true to her DNA. Her mama, she gets the, make everything prim and proper and prissy and make sure you look good for your man from her mama. And then she gets the lie and manipulation from her daddy, unfortunately. I want to speak on, the dead, but the truth is the truth. Like, he clearly was moving between households.
Right.
I just can't. I don't even know what she's supposed to do. And now to feel like she's really sabotaging her relationship. Like, I think she purposely does not want the co-parenting to work with Dennis. I'll end on that part. Like, watching her talk to Dennis just made it more obvious of how much she wants to complicate things, because you're watching Dennis literally put it in layman's terms. Hey, I'm 50%, responsible for this child. And I don't like the fact that here it is, you're moving, you're picking schools, And every time Porsha said something, it was, well, I had this idea. We didn't go with my idea of what the family should look like, and I had put it together. And it's like all we hear is I, and you're not considering everybody else who's a part of the story. Like, you basically put everybody on the board like disposable chess pieces, and everybody had to learn like Lundy. Unfortunately, like, you were a disposable piece to, you know, Porsha. She had to learn the hard way. You're fighting for this relationship with Porsha and she don't want it. You know, like, you're breaking down in tears, and now everybody else is learning the same thing. Like, to Dennis, unfortunately, because he shot at the club, you know, y'all got a kid together, you know, like, y'all gonna be stuck together for life. But you can't go and try to find a school and not tell the dad. Like, that just is one of the worst disrespectful things you can do. And with Dennis, I think he absolutely should go to court, get that shit in writing, black and white, so Porsha can no longer up and leave and take vacations or try to, you know, switch weekends. Like, because just as much as the court system is going to hold Dennis's feet to the fire with, you know, how they set their weekends, it's also going to be that like that for Porsha. And I don't think she wants that. I think she likes being able to pick what she does with PJ, and then she'll text Dennis and be like, well, we did this, you know, you can come and pick her up this day. Like, he basically is moving according to how Porsha moves Pilar's life. And I think that's what annoyed him. And you could tell he carried that energy into the meeting with Porsha. He was like, I ain't gonna do it no more. Like, my child is my child as well, and we're gonna have to keep it pushing. And if you don't, let's take it to the judge, the judge and the jury.
Yep, I feel you.
Well, that was all I wanted to say. Porsha, we're gonna see if she's gonna be on next season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's gonna be hella entertaining if she is. But if not, we can say she went down in a blaze of glory.
All right, well, thank you. Y'all, that was true, 100%. I'm glad that Gigi brought up the relationship that Porsha has with her mom. I feel like it's so common that you see women who've done a lot of, they've taken the path less traveled. They've done things to where they feel as though they can't really parent their child. Whereas I feel like Diane doesn't really call Porsha out on her bullshit because Porsha's doing better than she is. And I don't feel like her success on reality TV should stop you from calling her out on her bullshit. But let's remember, Porsha's been on TV for probably 10 years at this point, maybe longer. So at the point that she came on TV, she was already grown. Diane's parenting phase, her teaching her things, was already over. So it will be interesting to know, what was y'all relationship like before? What mistakes did you make as a parent? Because every parent makes mistakes. I am not a parent myself, but I feel like every parent who's spoken about their journey through parenthood, every parent makes mistakes. But I think that that's probably why she feels the need to not correct Porsha for what she's doing. I'm like, what's going on? All right, let me add Karen to the line. Hey, Karen, thank you for waiting.
Hey, no problem. I figured I'd stay around here until I popped in. I was literally about to run out. I live in New York, so we got to walk everywhere. It's a journey.
Oh, that's different. Yeah.
Yes, it is. But first of all, I love y'all. I love you. I love to see Black women come together. I've been watching. I found you through the Ooh Ladies First panel because I've been following Jay Lee and Bondi for years. I actually used to live in Detroit. So I've been following them, and then I found you. And I also found, oh my God, I was just watching her, Jamie. I was just watching her earlier. So I just love y'all. I really love the fact that you all started this platform. So
thank you.
Yes. Now that we done said that, oof, in the words of Nene, ooh, child, the ghetto.
The ghetto. White refrigerators and all.
Just, I don't know what the mark was, but I knew it was supposed to be 9 episodes. A lot of people were shocked when I saw season finale. I said, "Oh, they cut that short." And Bravo don't usually cut their check short, so it must have been pretty bad. But unfortunately, like I said on Bondi's channel, I said Porsha's in a really odd position, and if she doesn't pivot right, she's going to not be in a good place in like 2 years because she's going to be over 40.
Yep.
She's going to be divorced twice. and she's gonna probably not be able to have kids without assistance. So
not only that, her finances gonna look different too, depending on what City Boy Simon get away with. So I was watching Tisa. Shout out to Tisa. Now I'll be so serious when I say City Boy Simon. She better watch her damn pockets. But Tisa was saying that she thinks that Simon and Porsha will be each other's undoing, and I never heard anything more real than that, because both of them are true narcissists. Everything's transactional with them, and right now the transactions just line up. But when they don't, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. I know Detroit guys. Dennis ain't about to play. He's not gonna confront her like that. But he's not about to play. He's not about to play. That last scene, I was like, oh, child, you are everything as to why Drake put that hot sauce in that condom, just so they wouldn't have to be in the situations like that. Like, this is why. Like, I couldn't do it. But just on a higher level, she's a human being. There's plenty of women out here that do exactly what Porsha's doing. She just so happens to be watched by millions of people. So I'm not going to say she's the worst person in the world. She's just a hurt woman. And she thought that, just because all the rappers talk about all you need is a big butt and a smile, well, you need more than that to be a wife sometimes. So I think she thought that she was just going to be the one to take Dennis out. And yeah, it didn't quite work like that. So, I mean, personally, if I was her, I probably would have just did what Alexander Rogers usually says and just let that man cheat in peace for a couple of years.
Exactly.
And then just been perfectly fine. And then he would have eventually grown out of it, because as they grew more together, he would have had more respect for her. But she popped up with a baby so quick, it's like she didn't even give him time to really respect her.
This the thing. If I was Porsha, that's what I would do. Just as you said, if I was Porsha, that's what I would do, because she has the ability to live in La La Land for so long. She could have let that man cheat in peace, because what she was going to do was go find somebody worse just to fill the agenda for a little bit. So, I mean, as far as myself, I wasn't going to stand for it. But then again, I ain't opened up my legs just because some man was bald, beard, belly, and with a coin. So that's completely different. But if I was Porsha, you were best to probably stick beside him. You was probably best to stick beside him.
He would have had it out of his system in probably about 2 years or so, because what would have happened was she could have very easily played it. They could have been that Black Atlanta power couple. And after she hired about 2 or 3 people, like the way Cardi B is doing, and they would have got their head cracked, they would have learned. Like, that's how I would have played it. I would have just been sitting around like, I don't know what happened to them girls. And it's unfortunate, but that would have sent a solid message to the rest of them. And I would have just been happy. I would have figured out a way on how to spend his money. We would have updated the daggone life insurance policy. She always talk about learning from the old school women. That's what the old school women did. That's what they did. They knew how to get their coin.
As much as I love Dennis, I don't think he would have stopped cheating in 2 years. I don't think he would have stopped
maybe
cheating.
Not 2, but I don't think he would have went more than 5.
I don't know, just because Dennis is a very charming man and his looks are getting him nowhere. So if he's cheating off of being charming, he could cheat into old age. He could cheat into old age. I think that's just the way he is.
Yeah, but I do hope that he does get those rights for that baby, because as soon as he said that, when I've used to follow Porsha before all this stuff happened, and when I saw them trips, I was just like, you taking this baby halfway across the world? Like, I don't have any children, but I know good and daggone well that I'm pretty sure Dennis did not okay that. Just like, oh yeah, you can take my baby with a man that has had 4 other women. The last one, he still ain't even done kicking out yet, and now you have him around my daughter. I'm like, Dennis is a lot better man than most men in that situation, because they would have took that baby from that girl and they would have been like, let's go to court over it. They would have,
Absolutely.
He's a lot more patient than what I actually would have thought. So yeah, even though he a cheater, we all got issues. I think at that table though, last thing I'll say is that they was both playing because she looked like she wanted to sit on him, and he looked like he was hungry and wanted to eat. Like I was just looking at the whole thing like,
You see how she took off that fur? I just been working out. I'm like, girl, it's been 4 months since the incident. So at this point in time, 4 months since the incident, I'm guessing would this show start filming in May? So
I think so. Yeah, it was somewhere around
it was
there.
just around September.
I
At
mean,
that point,
she had the good hair. I don't know where she got that. That was some nice hair.
I
She
was
had
looking
the
at
good
that.
hair. That hair
Mhm.
was that wasn't no damn go naked hair. She got that hair from somewhere else,
She
and with
did.
the little bodysuit, and she had just gotten beat. I said, girl, last time you saw him, you had on a moo. This time you came up in there with a whole cat suit. I
That
ain't mad
bodysuit.
at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
And
like,
you
girl,
see how
you
he pulled out the chair for her, right? He pulled out the chair
Mhm.
for her this time in episode 2 or 3. He didn't do it, and she got mad about it.
That's because she came with that moo. You got it. If you want to. You know that, man. You better. You want to pull out that
Right.
chair. Don't be coming with no moo on. But no, that's all I had to say was it's a TV show. People shouldn't take it so personally. And
Exactly.
it's a lot more people that are out here living their life exactly like this. They just don't have a camera crew in front of them.
Right. And we're going to talk about it. That's why they shouldn't take it so personally. But I appreciate you hopping on, Karen.
I appreciate you too, beautiful. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Kelsey.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. No, I never really got into the show until I started watching y'all's reviews because I watched it ladies first film. And I will say it like this. I feel like Porscha's problems started with her mom.
Oh, yeah.
Not teaching her how to do certain things, not teaching her how to treat people. She don't treat her sister right. She don't treat nobody right. And she got with Cordell thinking that she was going to live this luxury life, not realizing that all she was going to be was a beard and that he was a cheapskate. And one thing about Cordell, you can give him his props in the fact that he made her sign that prenup and she didn't walk away with nothing.
Kelsey, Kelsey, are
And
you in the car?
yes, I am. Is it feeding back on you?
Yeah, it's a little bit noisy, a little bit muffled. We can hear stuff
Okay, what about
moving.
now? What about now?
It's about the same. Be careful, please. Okay. All right. Kelsey, call us back. Call us back. All right. Prosperity, my girl.
I'm on mute, my bad.
That's all right.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
This is why the whole time when she first tried to make Dennis seem like he was the bad guy on IG, she was a single mother and he came for her single motherhood. I said
Yeah,
in everybody's review, this is why he needs to go and establish his parental rights. For
I
these
remember.
reasons right here. I was the one saying, everybody was like, well, maybe he shouldn't have. No, yes, you should, because any good father, this is what you do. You don't want this lady telling you when you can go see your child. Talking some put it on the calendar so you can erase it off the calendar and then tell me I can't.
Exactly.
No, I need a judge to tell me this is when we're gonna do this. This is when we're gonna do that. If I need to pay this much, this is how much I need to pay. Because you sitting there acting like that man don't take care of his child, Portia. I can't do you. You don't
Mm-mm.
pay for nothing but her school. What do you ask him to pay for, Heifer? Do you call him and be like, well, she needs some shoes? I don't see you. I don't see Portia go naked hair asking him to buy shoes every time she needs some shoes. I
And
don't see her talking some.
that's why Dennis said ain't no money shortage on either side of the table.
Thank you. And you trying to sit up here and act like you just a regular baby mama who just try out here trying to make it and the father don't want to do and he just give what the court tell him to give. He don't give no ex. This is not one of those situations for to stop playing with her.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing in our face and stop playing with Dennis' pockets, because you know that is not a damn problem. The person you should be saying these things to is the man that you laying with that doesn't take care of his kids.
Right. What is he doing?
You want him to have a co-parenting plan with the father of your child and a man who isn't a father to his kids. That don't make sense in the fucking beginning.
Mm-mm.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Porsha, go sit down somewhere. You know you wanted that man.
And she knew it
She
didn't make sense from the beginning. She knew that. She thought that she
thank
was gonna come on this show and paint a picture fairy tale for us. She thought we was gonna be with the kids. I know she did. And when something had to happen. Somebody had to tell her about herself, because you notice that we get delusional Porsha from the first whole entire portion of the show. But then all of a sudden we get to this 4-month portion. It's like a 4-month break. And then once we get back to the 4-month, the things that Porsha says, to me, it seems very rehearsed. It seems like something that her and Simon had been discussing, something that her and Simon thought made sense, because her vibe and everything was completely different after the 4 months.
Yes, and it's dumb and dumber sitting there trying to give each other damn plot lines to talk about, and it ain't gonna work because both of y'all stupid as hell. Y'all don't even make sense. We can see straight through everything that y'all trying to do. Girl, you're not smart enough to try to pull the wool over everybody's eyes. Girl, no. You may pull the wool over Lonnie and Storm's eyes, but ours, no, that's not going to work. We've been dragging you since episode 1. Girl,
yes,
stop.
easily.
You're not smart enough. You may have the wool over Mama Diane's eyes because you are her. I see Mama Diane in a whole different light now, and I don't care what nobody say. You sitting there allowing this girl to tell you these things, and you know she lying. You know your child. Girl, you started off giving this girl the wrong thing. In her book, she said you put the shit in her name. What, you had bad credit? You owed a water bill, cable bill, rent somewhere? Because you started her off on these damn tendencies of letting men pay for her. You're the reason she does it.
Prosperity, you know what was funny though? Porsha trying to play off like she giving her mama this house, but she know damn well that's just security. That's just security for when that mortgage payment is 2 months late and they come.
Or he pull them trucks up to the front of the house telling you it's time for you to go. Because your name is on nothing. You keep telling some y'all moving. No, Simon is moving into the city and you will be coming to visit or staying the night. There's a difference. You're not living anywhere if your name is not on the goddamn lease. You're 40. We don't live nowhere that our name is not on the lease.
Yep.
My name ain't on the lease. I'm not putting anything into this. And if we're sharing this, there's something different. But I got mine and you got yours. You take care of yours, I'm take care of mine. Point blank. Yeah. And when this show first, go ahead.
No, I don't want to deter you. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, when the show first came on and Dennis told PJ to give him a kiss, y'all saw Porsha try. She wanted to give him a kiss. Y'all saw that face. I took a snap of it.
Yes. I saw it. I got it there. Oh, you can't see it because the sun is all in her face, but I rewound that part.
Right.
Because
she tooted her little lips up. Girl. And then you put on that outfit. She was like, oh, I'm going to get this nigga tonight. I'm going to go get some good hair. I'm going to put on this tight dress. Oh, I'm going to be giving it. And he ain't going to be able to resist me. Well, he resisted you and told you about them papers because the peach juice is not juicing the way it used to. He is not playing with you. He loves his daughter more than he loves whatever you were doing for him. He already said you was a lazy lay. He told your sister that you don't move in bed. So he over that.
And
now it's about his child.
She came with the humble hairdo at the beginning of the episode. So after you acted the ass down to Mexico, you come back on screen. The next time you see Dennis, you ain't got the 5 bundles and the closure in your head. You coming with the humble short haircut.
Exactly. Because she trying to be, I'm just bubbly Porsha. I'm just foolish. I didn't mean it. I didn't know what I was doing. No, he know that you knew what you was doing. You don't play with nobody, mama. That's what you're not going to do is play with my mama. My mama, you see how my mama ride for me. You know he a mama's boy. You could do anything else. You could have talked about him, cheated on him, whatever, but you play with his mama. How you going to try to hit my mama?
Right.
And think we just going to go back to the way it was. You want to come in? No, I don't want to come in. I want to leave. because I already know what you're trying to do. Nope, not today. And why Porsha need a maid? I don't care what nobody says. Every time we see Porsha house is a mess. Porsha, you need a goddamn maid.
Mm-hmm.
Why did your daughter have goddamn plastic bunk bins in her damn closet?
Well.
And you got side tables with lamps. Porsha, get it together. Since you want to talk about every goddamn body. You want to talk about money not being flowing the ways. It look like it's not flowing too well over there. Stop it.
No.
And sweep that damn room. Because that baby room was a mess. You need a maid.
And she does.
I couldn't take her. I can't take her. I can't. Especially with the try to be now you a single mother and Dennis is a horrible father. This is what you don't do. You don't bring the kids into none of this. You don't try to sit there and use her as a pawn. That's what you don't do, Porsche. You are coming off as a bitter baby mama now. I would have never thought it. I just knew you were so happy to have your baby, and you, no matter what you and Dennis go through, he's still gonna be her father. You're still gonna be her mother. He gave you something that nobody else ever gave you, or that you ever kept that somebody gave you. So
and
you still gotta one up on any woman that's gonna be in his life.
She holding on to this co-parenting thing, and it's really making her look real sick. I'm sorry. It's making you look real crazy that you are using this co-parenting relationship as a method to get him back. But I realize she doing that because that's the only relationship that Dennis will have with her. Because where they left off was where he didn't bring her the ring. So now she's gonna take advantage of the only relationship that she has with him, which is the co-parenting relationship. And then she's also noticing that her stunts are not affecting him. But the one thing that she knows she can do is come for his mom. So she playing
play with his mama and his daughter, the two leading ladies in his life. And she already knows that she thought that it was going to be easier to use Pilar as a pawn than it's turning out to be. She thought she had Dennis still under whatever spell that she had, because we all know. You keep talking about this man cheated on you while you was funny. Did he even know y'all was in a real relationship? Like, girl, y'all got together 15 minutes after y'all did all this within 15 minutes.
That might be true right there.
Like, I'm serious. Like, did he even know y'all was in a relationship? He tried it. It didn't work for him. You knew what you got when you got it. You just saw the money, the cars, the businesses, and that's what you wanted. You got that. You didn't even care about Dennis. Girl, you ain't really want no relationship. You just used that as a way to make us feel sorry for you. You knew that. Come on now. You got that man to propose. That shit was not real. That shit happened too fast. Real love do not, I don't care what nobody goddamn say. I know they say you can see a person be like, I'm gonna marry them, but you still take time to get to know them.
Right.
You cannot meet somebody, sleep with them, and then all of a sudden y'all in a relationship. Do he know y'all in a relationship? Do he know what this is? But now that you pregnant, he tried to go along with it. It didn't work. Point blank at the end. So everybody keeps saying, well, he did cheat on her when she was pregnant. Were they together for, like, let us, Dennis, did you know? Can you come and let somebody know? Did you know that y'all was in a relationship? Because I didn't know. It was too damn fast. You opened your legs because you saw what he had. That's it. That's all. It was not about Dennis, because Dennis is not that damn attractive for you to be all heads over heels the way you pretend you was. It was about everything he could do and he could give you, because he gave you a ring that was not as cloudy as the one that Simon gave you. I don't know where you got that ring from, but you need to take it back. That damn ring looked like it's about to rain outside. There are storm clouds in that goddamn ring.
Yeah, I don't know where Simon got that from. I'm sure he got it from wherever he getting his other rentals from, because that thing gonna go back. It's gonna go back.
That thing is just as peach as them damn nails she had on, iridescent. I don't know what. No, that's you talking about. Dennis' ring wasn't real. No, that's not real. I would take a second guess. That ring is not cute.
Right, Dennis' money is taxed. We see Dennis' legitimate money. We don't know about Simon.
Exactly. Where has Simon showed you? And then for Simon to play with Unliz should have went and got some of the Black Panthers and let him know who you talking to. Go get some of your old Black Panther people and let him know. Because, nigga, if it wasn't for her getting arrested at 9 and marching, you wouldn't even be in this country right now. So for you, put some respect on her name and tell Porsha to earn her respect from the family. Who you think you talking to?
Yeah. Well,
funny looking stuff.
Prosperity, you done read Porsha the fifth. You done wrapped up the whole season.
I can't take her. I'm glad they and you know this means that they done with Porsha for at least a while, because they done scrap two episodes. That's money. NBC, and they don't play with their money. That's money. We taped the show, we edited it, but you done got on our nerves so damn bad that we done scrapped two episodes. Where they do that at?
Yeah, you know they didn't have to fall out real bad because we got this awkward jump where it's boom 4 months later, and then all of a sudden, just the way that she said this is what you get, Porsha's Family Matters, lets us know that she felt like the whole thing was a mess. But I'm finding it interesting because if Porsha, when she filmed that confessional, knew that this was a mess, how did she know that without the opinions of the viewers? Because everybody else is on her payroll. Everybody
Because
else is on
remember,
your payroll.
but remember, she said that she had to go back and film some more. She had to do some more confessionals. So those last ones probably were the ones that she did 4 months later. Remember on her IG, she said she had more confessionals to film, but the show was already taped.
Right, but I want to know who held her accountable. I feel like it had to be some
It had
sort
to
of
be NBC.
fallout.
It had to
Yes,
be one of them.
yes, it had to be some sort of fallout with the people at Bravo because otherwise she wouldn't have listened to anybody. I know she's seeing the
Exactly.
feedback
Nobody
on
in her
social
family.
media. Everybody else is on your payroll, so they're not gonna hold you accountable. So it had to have to do something with your money. It had to be the people holding the check that was telling you that this was a mess. And I'm feeling like
Yeah.
that's why she came back with a different vibe after the 4 months later little time.
Yeah. But too little, too late, dum dum. Now you got two episodes, so that means what? 2 checks that you did not get. Two add-ons to that check you did not get. Girl, you don't fumble your bag. I don't care what you play with. You don't play with the money, girl. You just sit there and smile and do what they tell you. And after the show is taped, then you act an ass. Go on like you've been doing. Go to your IG and tell us everything that you did not like. But you don't play when it comes to the dollars. Dum dum. You already quit
That show
2 jobs.
wasn't doing her no good though. The show wasn't doing her any good. It wasn't doing what she thought it was gonna do. So that's why she was ready to throw away the 2 episodes.
At all. It just showed us who Porsha really is. The people that already knew she wasn't ish like me was all they just confirmed and let us know that all the people that said Kenya was a liar and Kenya was doing this and it was Kenya. No, it was Porsha, and Kenya was just telling us the real.
Kenya,
Kenya just told us how it really was,
I
and she
feel
should have
like
went back and
Kenya
let Kenya drag her.
just like Dennis. I have to say this, okay? I have to say this about Dennis. Dennis is an amazing father. So the reason why Porsha is gonna get all this heat is because she's using her parenthood to try to manipulate her way and be a bitter ass baby mama. So that's the reason why Dennis is not in a bad light. Yes, he cheated, but my thing is at the end of the day, Porsha could have left. Porsha still wanted to involve herself in this relationship with this man. And I know some of y'all gonna say, well, she did leave and she got with Simon, but listen, she didn't really leave because she's still holding on to any emotional attachment that she has to Dennis, which is the co-parenting. She didn't leave. Now, the next thing I'm gonna say is in regards to Kenya. Kenya is a mess. Porsha is a mess as well. Kenya just got the bad end of it because I don't think
Kenya didn't care enough to try to make us see something that it wasn't. That's what that was. And Porsha wanted us to see what she wanted us to see and make us believe what she wanted us to believe. So she had to pretend like she would do something, but then she would try to cover it up and then try to place it on Kenya. Like she just this horrible person and she's saying these mean things. And well, she's saying these mean things to me. This is not it. No. Now we know you were just as bad. And the things that she said was true. It's just the way she said it.
And for seasons, when Kenya was being called a whore, that's why I was upset that Porsha didn't come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta, because had somebody like Phaedra been on Real Housewives, or not even like Phaedra, Kenya would have held her accountable and she would have been getting the same stuff that Kenya had to endure for texting Apollo and being thrown in the pool.
And Kenya and Marlo would have held her accountable. That's why she didn't go back, because it's not only one person she has to deal with now. She had to deal with 2 of them. But thinking that she was going to get over and make us see something that she wanted us to see on her own show that we wouldn't see on Housewives, she said, "Ooh, I'm gonna go with this."
Right.
Instead of just taking her little lashings and let Kenya drag you for a little while, let Marlo say whatever she gonna say, and it would have been over with. Next season, it would have been a whole new storyline. But now, whenever you do go back to Housewives, you still gonna have to deal with this and let it be over again, and then the next season come back and be refreshed. You're still gonna have to deal with this whenever you go back. They're still gonna go back to this. Because you know they're gonna talk about her this season. They're gonna show some clips or something about Porsha is gonna be talked about in this season. Some kind of way, Porsha is gonna be dragged in some kind of way for her not coming back. They're gonna talk about her not coming back. They're gonna talk about why she didn't come. They're gonna say something about her in this goddamn season.
They will because they own her name as far as what
Thank
she's
you.
done on
So,
Housewives.
so now you're getting dragged twice, as if you wouldn't have did the show and just went back to Housewives, you'd have got dragged once. So now you got dragged on your show, and now you're about to get dragged on Housewives with your little clips and your little add-ins, dum-dum.
Well, I can't wait to see it, Prosperity. We gonna be here on the channel talking about it.
Exactly. Thank you, babe. Y'all be safe. Porsha, get it together, bitter baby mama. It's not a good look on you, sweetie. It's not a good look.
All right.
And
bye,
then you'll come and let her know if you knew you was in a relationship, because I don't think you did. All right, y'all.
Bye. Well, y'all, I have no clue what Porsha gonna do next. This was not a good look. I guess she just gonna keep posting her recycled pictures on Instagram, making it seem like life is grand. I really don't know. I hope she gets some therapy. But I feel like at the age of 40, she don't want to get therapy. She gonna keep doing what it do. But I don't see nobody else on the line. If anybody else wanted to call in, you got about 5 minutes before we log on off here. Okay? And then what I'm going to actually do is, since today was just like a chat, I really like the idea of us doing the chats. Tell me if y'all enjoyed it, for sure. And then what I'll do is I'll post my actual review. Jamie started doing that. And I like the idea. I think it'll work out over here. So the people in the live chat, if nobody else is going to call in, or the people watching this on playback, y'all be sure to tell me if this is something y'all want to do. If y'all want to do call-ins, Gigi, remember God is your therapist, right? If y'all want to do call-ins, and we can continue to do that for other shows, okay? But I don't see nobody else on the line, y'all. I'm going to have to pre-record my review so y'all can get all my thoughts all the way down. Thank you so much, y'all. So. But y'all, be sure to like the video, okay? As always, like I told y'all, we actually are about to hit a milestone. We are not that far away from hitting a milestone. So if you are not a subscriber here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another conversation, okay? Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, okay? And then since today is Monday, I'll see y'all tomorrow for my full review. That'll be a premiere for us to talk in the chat about Porsha's mess. And then I'll see y'all on Thursday to talk about Married at First Sight, okay? Well, with that being said, y'all, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.